final major of the season.
Oh, I think it's taken a long time to get here, but it's well-deserved, Rich. When you think of the luster of the Wanamaker Trophy, winners like Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth of recent, but Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino, the list goes on and on. The fourth major, some say the defining major of the year, but played at a golf course that we're well used to now. So I'm looking forward to it, Rich.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
This is a 99-yard shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Frank, this is a really fun hole. A pretty short par 3, downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one. But when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Even par currently.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for two reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. deeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the fourth at Quail Hollow. A difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway, and another green that has 3 different levels.
Frank, what are we looking at here on the second shot to the fourth?
Another green with 3 different levels. This time, though, the green runs away a lot from the right towards the left. You cannot afford to miss the green on the right.
Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The 2 greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. Well, this is a player's nightmare, still in the bunker.
Yeah, he's starting to fill up his shoes with sand.
Set from the bunker. This is 5th shot.
Just a short bunker shot. So open your feet up, open the club face up, a little splash out.
And that one into the bunker.
Again, I don't know how much sand those shoes are going to hold, but we're going to find out.
Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Boy, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Well, once you hit double to par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Frank, in today's modern game where players are hitting it so far, I always feel like one of the more exciting holes is a reachable par 5, and here we are at the 5th, 570 yards.
Yeah, this is reachable providing you hit a good drive. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward on the layup, sort of often threading the ball out of trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, big advantage with a good tee shot here. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
So a tester from 4 feet.
Good birdie right there, moving to 3rd place on the leaderboard. Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well. Looks like it's heading for the bunker.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank, the beauty of golf, you never know when you're going to find that spark and begin to turn it around.
Yeah, well, that's why you can't just quit in the middle of a round. You've got to believe that something good is just around the corner, and this just might be it.
Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard wreck with the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
It can't be that good.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. This has not been a great round as we head toward the finishing stretch here. You can tell the winds have really affected the shots out on the course. Let's see if they can muster something coming to the finish line. Oh, no, look out.
This is going, gone.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. 3rd place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
No fairway here. This one in that rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. That had to really hurt Frank because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. And he makes it for par. Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fowlers have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Now playing the second here at the par 4.
Get down, lay down. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That is some good work right there, birdie. One shot closer to the lead.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here we are on the back 9 now at Quail Hollow, and a good scoring opportunity to kick off the inward 9.
It is, Rich. It's sort of reminiscent of the 10th hole at Valhalla. Remember the challenge, or should I say the charge, that Rory McIlroy started that in that very hole when he made eagle. It's the same opportunity here. Reachable par 5, just under 600 yards, but you really could get off to a great start. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Frank, what's the right play here on the 10th?
Favor the left side. Everything will slope towards the right. Just be careful that grass bunker, sort of front right. The ball will sort of come a long way down to the front edge of the green.
This is a good-looking shot. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So they'll tap in.
Did the job right there. Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose. But be prepared to pay the price should it not come off. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. It might be a tough shot coming up. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Getting set now over the putt. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey.
Rich, with so few holes left, bogeys are just that much more expensive.
That will really hurt his chances of catching the leader. Par 4 12th here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right, and then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know your line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
He'll need to be strong with this. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Clean this up with a tap. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one, actually, where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. We're going to need a little bit of luck.
Solid play, heart of the green, and getting ready for the putt.
virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver. Nothing in between.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second shot, good look at the green. Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron. Oh, if this is up, it's good. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards. Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. Just a little tap in here. Too bad. That's a bogey and dropping another spot on this leaderboard. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Down the hill from here, Frank probably going to go with one club less.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle.
Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Yet another birdie and yet another tie at the top of the leaderboard.
Just 2 holes remaining here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the signature par 3, 221 yards, the 17th.
And they have a multitude of tees here. One of the new back tees is actually where the old 16th green was. And if you think don't go left is the way to play, then that won't work either, because right's not that much good. This is it. Stand on the tee and you better hit a good shot.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
And he makes it for par. Down to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area. Just over 290 yards to get past that, and then the narrowest green that still sits up against the lake. This is just a brutal finish.
Frank, what's the player need to watch out for here at 18?
That false front doesn't finish till at least 8 or 9 yards on, Rich, and then you've got 2 different tiers. Plus, it's a narrow green. Club selection here is just so important. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked.
Just a couple of feet.
That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. And That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.